Hey Moose Trackers, it's Moose from Moose 2K20. Actually, that's not me, that's Chewy, the brown dog. Say hi, brown dog. She's out here with me. We're back out here in the bush doing a little sluicing again today. And I apologize for the sudden ending of my last video. I didn't get to show you folks the middle part of what we do when we're out here prospecting and panning. Because of the area I was in, it wasn't conducive to filming and doing a clean out of the sluice. So Chewy and I have been out here today doing some sluicing. It's been a nice day. The rain's given us a break. And so we came out and we're coming out to play. So I figured I'd tune you all in and show you what we do after we're done sending dirt down our sluice on the creek. So here we are on the creek. We've got good flow from the weather. It's been a good day. All the rivers are high. There goes Chewy. She wants the ball. All the rivers are high from the rain, but not too high that you can't come out and do things. So we've been out here sluicing all day today. Now it's time to head home, and I kind of wanted to show you what we do when we get ready to go home. What we do is we have a bucket. And this is the bucket that I put everything in that I'm done digging up out of the ground and running through the sluice. Those are called the concentrates, or the cons. That's what I take home and what I pan. So we've been running material through our sluice all day, and we've got it all cleaned out to just what's in the sluice from all day long. We've got some good stuff in there, some interesting stuff. We've been out here running a few hours. It's time to go home. Time to take a break. We've been out here all day, all afternoon. So we've got this in the river, and it's time to go home. So what we want to do is we want to pick this up without spilling everything out of it. And the trick for that is being good at being one-handed. So we want to bring this over to our bucket, keeping it as level as we can. Oh, started to tip, sorry. Take it, we want to dump it in our bucket, just like that. And as you can see, when we do, all the material slides out from behind the baffles and falls into our bucket. Then we get a gold pan like this one here. And we take everything in the bucket back down to the creek. I probably should have just brought the bucket down to the creek. It's still uneasy footing down here. I've got a brace on my foot, so I'm kind of gimped up still. But we come back down here to the creek. And we find a place to set our bucket where we can take our gold, sorry about that. We can take our gold pan and get some water in it, and then we just wash our sluice out. Just wash all the sand, all the small rocks, wash it out into our bucket. And then after we've washed most of it out, we come down here and we break everything apart. See, everything comes apart real easily. Got a set of welded baffles here, and they come out where they're supposed to come out real easily. Of course, they're not gonna today. That's all right. We have the technology. Done this before. See, we just pry that away from the extruded metal underneath it. Sorry. And we get that apart like so. And you can rinse it all down. Get some more water from the trick until it's nice and clean and free of sand. Basically all we're doing is we're just washing all the sand and everything out of the sluice and into our bucket. Putting it into the bucket to catch any gold or any precious metals that fall out. I'm in an area where there's nickel and silver also, so I never know what I might run into out here. We've got that all cleaned up. Next we go for the extruded metal, and it comes off just the same way. Just pull it off. Pull it off. Wash it out a little bit. Pull it out of the way. Here's that. Chewy's over there supervising. Yeah, what are you doing, silly dog? Say hi to everybody. Hey, say hi. Hey, are you a good girl? She says, come on, Dad, come go home. So now we've got, what's left is all the real fine sands and any gold or precious metals is all caught in what they call miner's moss, which is basically just like a indoor-outdoor carpeting. Real low pile, but real like a green Brillo scratchy kind of. And what the gold falls down into it and gets caught and gets held in place. And it comes out just the exact same way. Now you want to be careful with the miner's moss, because that's where all your gold's at, or most of it. So you want to pull it off, and then you want to rinse your sluice down again, and get all the sand and gravel off your sluice. But you want to leave that miner's moss in the water. See? There's the miner's moss. See, it's all full of sand, and then you just do your laundry. You just wash it back and forth in your bucket. And you want to keep the rough material out, folded outward. Sorry, one-handed filming. And in theory, that just takes everything out of the miner's moss and deposits it in your bucket. A lot of people don't like miner's moss because even though as thorough as you want to be washing out, it can still hold a lot of gold. I'm not real too picky about it. I figure I'm going to get the gold out of it that I get out of it, and that's fine. So then you just take everything back over to your sluice. And as you can see, there's still some sand and probably some gold or silver or nickel in there. But that's okay. It'll be in there for the next washout. Not going anywhere. Except in the back of the truck. And we put the extruded metal back in on top of that. See, everything fits over that pin right there. And then we take our baffles. Now some people, you know, they'll take the minor moss out. They won't run the miner's moss. They'll just put like some of this rubber non-skid type stuff in here all the way down and call it good. It's all personal preference, however you want to do it. And you just put everything back together. And the dog's got to supervise, of course, actually. She's camera shy. She really doesn't like the camera. It's fun. She wants to know what the phone is in my hand, but she's not photogenic. You got to be real sneaky. So now we've got a bucket full of water and a bucket full of concentrate and a gold pan. So I take my gold pan and I set it over my sluice. Then I get my bucket of concentrates and water. If I do this right, I can drain off the water into my gold pan. And I'm using the gold pan to catch anything that might come out of my bucket with the water. Because as you can see, there's a lot of sediment and stuff in there. And where I'm at, that can contain real fine, what they call flour gold, which is real hard to catch. So I run it into my gold pan out of the bucket, and then out of the gold pan, it goes into the sluice. And I run it into the sluice, like that. And that way, if there's a chance that I'm losing anything, there's a chance I can recapture it and actually not lose it. So, from here, we get as much water out of here as we can. And we load everything in the rig, and we take it home. And this is the material down here in the bottom of the bucket that I pan when I get it home. I take a scoop or two of it and I put it in the gold pan and I wash it around, sift all the sand and pea gravel and everything out of it. And what I've done is I've taken all the big material out so I don't have to separate the big material out when I get home. Now, there's different ways of separating all that big material out that I'll probably show you in another video. But I just came down here for a couple hours today, so I've got a couple spots where I don't have very much big material in my buckets, so I could just shovel it into the buckets and bring it over here to the sluice and run it through. I don't have to separate big stuff out of it. So that's what it looks like at the end of the day, at the end of a couple days. This is a couple days worth. And that's what we take home. And that's what came out in the water. See all that heavy material? There's not much to that. That's not. There's some down there that I don't see any color in it. I don't see any gold in it. But we'll throw it in the bucket anyway. And those are our concentrates, or what we call cons. And we just pack everything up. Everything goes in the bucket. And we got a handle on the bucket. So we can make our way back up to the family truckster. We got a couple other buckets of stuff over here. These are our shovels and our implements of destruction. So there we go, moose trackers. That's how you clean out a sluice after a day of sluicing on the creek. I'm gonna say love and respect for the day, load everything back up into the rig and head on home and have some dinner. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Hit the like button. Share my channel with all your friends. And if you care to make a donation to my channel, there's links down in the description to do that. So, thank you all very much for watching today. This is Moose from Moose2K20, signing out.